Evelyn to Philip, January 30th, 1944, V-mail. Darling, Mom couldn't stop talking about Uncle Sam's apartment. She said no one could want anything nicer. Lena and Bob may buy a house, as their house was sold and they have been given notice to vacate by the end of February. It seems Sid mistook the package I sent him as a gift from Phil and Emma and sent them a nice thank you letter before he discovered his error. Uncle Sam is working at the Navy Yard, making excellent wages. Yale and Shirley are coming home on furlough sometime in February. Adele looks through her picture books with interest and points to the wow-wows. Adele loves fur, likes to rub her nose in it. You ought to see her play with her ball. She pushes it under the couch and then flattens out on the floor like a puppy to see where it is. She pushes it here, throws it there, and plays a sort of cat and mouse game. Phil, it's so hard to tell you every little thing she does and understands. Suffice it to say that she understands everything. If she drops something and I ask her to pick it up, she does. If I tell her to sit down, she sits down. She isn't always obedient, though. I had her over at my mom's today. She was seated at the piano and had a grand time banging on it. My folks darn near ate her up. I love you, Phil, and want very much to hold you close at this minute. Your Ev. Philip to Evelyn, January 30th, 1944. Sweetheart, last night, just as I was getting to write to you, who should walk in but Red Barnhart? We had been informed earlier in the day that we were to pick up a replacement. There was a great deal of conjecture among the guys in the orderly room as to what the new man would be like. Imagine then how surprised we were when the new man turned out to be good old Red. However, he's not really the same Red that left here some 3 months ago. He is thin and drawn and generally in pretty bad shape. But I think he'll be okay shortly. I certainly was glad to see the guy, though, even if there isn't as much of him as formerly. Anyway, we had a lot to tell each other, and once we got to throwing the bull around, we forgot to stop. Before I knew it, it was time for lights out, and I didn't get that letter written after all. Received your 18th of January V-mail this afternoon, baby, together with a V-mail from the Browns. I wish, sweet, that you wouldn't write on V-mail and confine your writing to the comparatively small space, especially when there is much you have to say, as there was in yours at hand. There is some excuse for me, and I never use it unless I'm absolutely at a loss for material for a real letter, and I am tonight. The monotony of the routine is unallayed, and there is absolutely nothing new to report. There are some, though, that even in constant repetition never lose their appeal. In this category, 3 little words head the list. I love you. Love to all from your Phil. Letter from Jack Nierenberg to Evelyn, dated Sunday, January 30th, 1944, from Camp Hell, Colorado. Dear Ev, I arrived Saturday after a pleasant trip. Believe it or not, I don't mind being back. I've written Phil, and believe me, it was difficult to make words portray my emotions, but I did as best I could. You know, I never did say thanks for the hospitality to you or Mom, but that's only an indication of how very close I feel to you all. Sort of like a brother or a son, and I guess one of those doesn't say, page 2, thanks either under the circumstances. Well, kid, I've got to get a pouch full of paper into reading shape and mailbox fitted, so please excuse the abrupt au revoir and give my love to all. As ever, Jackie.